So, JF, how are you? Jean-Francois?
I'm good. A bit tired.
Bit tired? Yeah,
Yeah.
day 3 here.
That's
It's been
normal, I guess.
busy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday, especially.
Yeah. Tuesday definitely was busy. I think typically the busiest day, right?
Yeah. People are traveling on Monday, I guess.
Yeah. I talked to a lot of people and they came in later on Monday and things like that. So, so for people that are not familiar, UgoWork, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, we are a lithium-ion battery manufacturer for the material handling industry, so for forklifts. And we also have an aspect to the business which is software oriented. So we do data collection from all the batteries, and then we have a customer portal for them to access the data and utilize it to optimize their forklift fleet, right size the forklift fleet. That's a big one too. And we use it also for service because uptime is really important in operations.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And the last thing about UgoWork that is important is our energy as a service business model. So this is something that we've been pushing to the market since the beginning. The lithium products tend to have a higher price tag. So for customers to make the transition to lithium, we imagined a model in which we would have a subscription. So people can transition to a full OPEX, get access to the technology, minimize the risk, and it's been great so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's such an important thing. I mean, we need power, right? For everything that's around here, basically, we need power, right? So, I mean, tell us a little bit about kind of. I think too, as we've touched base at these shows and then talked in between as well, we kind of always talk about how's the evolution of lithium, and I'm curious, here as we're day 3, I'm sure you've talked to plenty of people within 3 days here, as I don't know how many people have been here. I know they're expecting close to 50,000, so I'm imagining you talked to a few people, right, at least.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about how are people feeling about lithium? Are they looking to switched already, curious about the newest technology? What's kind of the feedback out there?
Yeah, well, definitely there's a transition, and I can feel that people are way more educated than they were like at the last Modex 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So people are not discovering lithium; they are looking for a partner. So they're trying to find what are the differences between every supplier, basically. And also there's this track record. Some have had bad experiences. Some have heard bad experiences from other people, because not all lithium providers are equal. So the things that I think are really important and that worry people are service, reliability. Really, they want to have their operation running.
Yeah.
So they want really a partner that will be able to support them in their transition to lithium.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, do you see that these potential customers, attendees they're recognizing that lithium is definitely the path forward for them?
Yeah, if they have an operation that is 2,000 hours a year, so roughly 2 shifts, it's become a no-brainer to go to lithium because of the no maintenance and reliability, and also the life length of the product. So those companies making the switch, they have long-term plans. They want to invest for 8 years, let's say. So they're not interested in buying, for example, lead acid technology every 2-3 years. They want to stick to one product and build on that, build an ROI, and have their staff trained and used to it. So this is really I don't think it's a trend anymore. It's really the way that the business is working.
Yeah, absolutely. And how has the feedback been to the software platform as well? Because I think this is the first time you have it at a show, right?
Yeah, exactly. We launched it in October of last year. So first time we have it here on exhibit. Very good response. Despite the advertising that we did, a lot of people are discovering UgoPilot this week, and it's something that most of them say they've never seen, that is not out there in the market. So it's creating a lot of traction, and usually people come to the booth, they discover the battery, and then we move on to the software portion, and that's where most of the discussions are happening, because they can see all the possibilities and really the potential.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's we did a little demo with it on our YouTube, which people could check out. And I think it's such an interesting platform, and really gives you that visibility on the energy side, and a lot of great insights too as well. And I know one thing that I really liked about it was the user interface overall.
Yeah.
I think it's just so sleek, so intuitive, and I'm curious how if people reacted to that, because I think that's becoming more and more important, I think, for people in the industry.
Yeah, the feedback is great. Again, it's something that they haven't seen, that they're not used to. We were in a very industrial or manufacturing world where user interface maybe was not the priority.
Yeah.
But you've got that new generation coming in. They're used to do everything on their phone. So really the UI, UX is really important, and it's a decision criteria, because at the end of the day, the adoption of the platform will be important for it to be used and beneficial for the companies. So I think we did a good move in investing time in designing that UI, UX, and perfecting it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's such an important thing, and I love the fact that you touched on the newer generation coming into the industry, because it is, I teach, some college students on supply chain too, and I think if some of them, came in and they saw some of the old legacy dated systems that we've used in our industry for so long, they would just, be like, I'm not interested.
We're in a mission, just like you, to make warehouses sexy. So that's
there
part of our contribution.
Yes. I appreciate that, and I'll say, I mean, the UI is definitely sexy. It's very cool looking, and very sleek, and just so, I mean, UgoWork, I think, just from an overall branding perspective, which I'm sure is a lot that you have to do with that. It is sexy overall, and so as we look to here, and we talk about kind of newer technology and things. Obviously, we see a lot of things here at Modex. I'm curious, what are some of the technologies besides the UgoWork technologies, which I'm sure are your favorite? What's kind of standing out to you? What maybe is interesting for maybe partnerships for you, or collaborations in some way?
Yeah, we've been looking at software, obviously, because there's a lot of integration to be done that would be beneficial for end users, because there's so many possibilities. But if it's siloed and that systems don't talk to each other, don't collaborate, then back to the UI, UX, it doesn't do a good job, because the user has to log into so many platforms, and they don't get the clear picture. So we're looking at WMSs, also the augmented reality platforms are big, and I think they could have potential for us in the service applications.
Oh, interesting.
So we're looking at that.
Yeah.
And also the whole energy management platform. So we've been talking with charger companies who are starting to do that, like peak shaving and optimizing the energy that a building is taking from the grid. And obviously the forklifts can be a contributor to that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at that to bring more value into our platform for our customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's such a great way to look at it. I'd be very interested to see that augmented reality potential too as well. I think that makes sense when you're looking at from like a service maintenance perspective to be able to kind of give those instructions and see the things that need to be fixed, right, or the screw that needs to be tightened or something like that. Right?
Exactly. And to us it makes a lot of sense, because the batteries are clouded. We know when something is happening, and we can send precise instructions to our service partners. So if they add the augmented reality to actually do their action on the field and be assisted, that would bring that to another level. Probably shorten the information time and optimize the uptime of the asset.
Yeah.
And the service people love it, because then they look like heroes when they go on site. They know exactly what to do, and the customer's happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Very interesting stuff here, and definitely looking forward to the future of some of those things you just mentioned. I think you guys are staying on top of kind of the cutting edge there in the energy world, and I think it's great to talk to you and be able to learn more about that. So JF, I appreciate you coming by the booth and talking to me today. If people want to learn more about UgoWork, what's the best way to do that?
Well, we're still here until the end of the show.
Yes.
We're in Hall C, 3689. And also, one thing I got a shameless plug. We're doing a panel with my colleagues from Advanced Energy Council.
Okay.
Today it's at 12, and we're going to talk about third-party certifications such as UL. So the safety aspect of the business is really important. So we're going to cover that with colleagues from Heister Yale and Stanbury Electric. So it should be a good one.
Yeah, so if you're here, definitely check that out. So JF, appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you
Always
so
a
much.
pleasure.
Yeah.
All
Enjoy
right.
the rest of the show.
Thanks, sir. You too. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video here on our YouTube channel, the New Warehouse Podcast, and I appreciate you tuning in. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video in particular, make sure you like it as well. And if you want to get this great t-shirt that you see in the video behind me, Warehouses Are Sexy, head to warehousesAreSexy.com and get your own.